My goal is to, at least by the end of day program when I go home is to stand and be able to hug everybody. But as the days gone on, my goals I've started to realize more about my injury. And I remember when I first came in the inpatient, I was like, oh, I'm going to walk again when I come out of inpatient. But it's just the realization that it's not that quick. So I don't know what the future is going to bring, but I'm going to keep working and working until I get as good as I can.
Hunter's that kid that shows up on time and he's like, okay, what are we going to do today? Or he's like, can we work on this today? I don't like that we've done this. Can we do it? Can we find a way that I can do this? And he also doesn't like things to be adapted. He likes to figure out the way that he can do it with less adaptation as possible. It's things like that. He wants, what's the next step? What can I do next? The same thing's true with, when he started having leg movement. He's like, what's next? What's next? That thrill of what can happen next? What can I have? Always wanting more, not just settling with what he's got. He wants more.
It's like my coach said, when your body wants to say no, your body wants to quit, but your mind says keep going, keep going. And by the end of those practices, you just want to throw in the towel, you're done, you're tired, but you're not going to get better if you just stop where you're at. You got to push yourself to those limits that make you better than everybody else. You got to stay after practice and work. You got to work before practice. That's just what I've been doing now. I've just been constantly just moving my fingers and trying to move my legs. And even when I'm not in therapy, because it's just, I don't plan on being in this wheelchair. And, if I do, oh well, I'll make the best out of it, but I'm pretty confident that I won't be.
The hardest thing for me starting out was knowing that I couldn't do anything to fix it, and I didn't know what it felt like not to be able to feel anything or what was going through his head, thinking, well, he's completely independent one minute, totally dependent the next minute. But he's gotten to a point mentally where I think he's accepted that he will walk again, and he's doing everything that he has to do and more.
Everybody can have that hope of walking again. And I think it's very important, and I think it not only helps with the acceptance of it, but it also helps with moving forward as they progress.
The first weeks were dark, really, really hard. Of course, it's devastating to watch your child with something so catastrophic. It's hard for me to even think back on those first couple weeks compared to where we are now. The determination that he has and the lessons he's learned, he would never ever be able to find in any other situation, and I think it'll change his life forever.
I've gone through just hell and back, but you can't just have all these nice people give you these things and just give up and be like, okay, this is hopeless, because this is your life that you're playing with, and if you just give up and say, well, this is it, I'm miserable, you're never going to get anywhere. So why just sit around when you can work, especially when you're in a nice facility? So every day when I look at these cards, it kind of just, pushes me through it.